My dear little ones, have you ever felt how everything becomes quiet just before something important has to happen? That morning in Lanka felt just like that. The night slowly moved away and the sky turned soft and golden. The ocean behind was calm and still, as if it too was waiting. The Vanara Sena stood together. No one was talking, no one was laughing. Not because they were scared, but because every heart knew that this moment was important. At the front stood Ram and Lakshman. Their faces were calm, their eyes were steady and gentle. They knew the path ahead would be difficult, but their hearts were peaceful. The air felt different that evening. Not frightening, just serious. As if the world had stopped for a moment to watch what would happen next. So listen closely, my little ones. Today's story brings a big turn in the battle.
Ancient Culture Tales.
From inside the great city of Lanka, someone began to move. A warrior walked forward slowly, calm and careful. It was none other than Meghnad, the son of Ravana. He did not shout, he did not boast. He was silent, and that silence felt powerful. He knew exactly what he was doing. It felt as if he already believed that the battle was turning his way. The breeze stopped moving. The birds grew quiet. Even the Vanara Sena felt it, a strange stillness in their hearts. Children, this danger did not rush forward. It moved softly, patiently, waiting for the right moment. Meghnad stood still for one more moment. Then, without a sound, he released his arrows. The arrows flew through the sky like bright lines of light, silent and fast. And then, kids, something strange happened. In the air, the arrows began to glow. And those arrows then turned into shining serpents of light. They were big snakes flowing across the sky. They gently wrapped around Ram and Lakshman like glowing ropes made of magic. The two brothers became still, as if they had already fallen into deep, calm sleep. Their faces were peaceful, their breathing slow and steady. Watching the entire incident, the Vanara Sena froze. Their eyes widened and their hearts skipped. A quiet silence spread across. Meghnad turned away slowly, believing that his magic had worked. As the glowing serpents held Ram and Lakshman, one thought quietly filled every heart. What will happen now when Ram and Lakshman are no longer standing? Meghnad disappeared into the distance, believing his work was done. The battlefield became quiet. The Vanars ran forward quickly, their hearts beating fast, their voices stuck in their throats. They gathered around Ram and Lakshman. The glowing serpent bonds were still there, holding them tightly. Ram and Lakshman lay peacefully. Their faces were calm. Their breathing was slow and steady. There was no pain, no struggle. Yet, worry slowly entered the silence. Someone whispered, What should we do now? Who will guide us? The morning light felt dull. The ocean breeze felt weak. Questions filled the air, but no answers came. Hanuman quietly looked at Ram and then at Lakshman. For a moment, his heart shook, not with fear, but with deep love. He closed his eyes briefly, as if holding his worry gently. He stepped forward and said softly, "Do not be afraid." His voice was steady, not rushed, not shaken. He continued, "Their strength is still with them. This is magic, not defeat." The Vanars slowly looked up in hope. Their hearts began to settle. Hanuman knelt beside the glowing bonds and looked closely. His mind was sharp. And then his eyes widened, not in panic, but in understanding. He knew this magic, and he knew who alone could break it. Hanuman stood up slowly, took a deep breath. He folded his hands and closed his eyes. And in that quiet moment, Hanuman remembered Garuda, the mighty bird before whom serpents lose their power. With deep devotion, Hanuman began to chant softly. His words rose gently to the sky, like a prayer carried by the wind. The air slowly began to change. The clouds moved. The breeze returned, warm and strong. The Vanars looked up. The sky felt alive, as if it was lightning. And then, high above the battlefield, a great shadow appeared. Everyone understood something powerful was coming. The heavens had heard Hanuman's call. The sky above the battlefield began to glow. The clouds slowly opened, as if making way for someone very powerful, something very holy. And then, with a strong sweep of wings, Garuda descended from the heavens. Golden, majestic, calm and mighty. The Vanars gasped softly. Children, let me tell you something here. Garud was no ordinary bird. He was Lord Vishnu's Vahan, a divine carrier of the protector of the universe. And as his presence filled the air, strength and peace returned in every heart. As Garuda flew closer, the glowing serpent bonds around Ram and Lakshman began to shake. They grew weak, they loosened. The serpents did not fight. They just quietly slipped away, one by one, and vanished like fading light. The battlefield felt alive again. Relief flowed through every heart. Yet, Garuda did not leave. He hovered above Ram and Lakshman. His wings spread wide, his eyes gentle and watchful, as if he was waiting for them to rise. And every heart wondered, would Ram and Lakshman open their eyes now? Or was the battle still holding its breath? A gentle calm spread across the battlefield. As the last glow of the serpent magic faded away, the air felt light again. The Vanars held their breath. Slowly, Ram opened his eyes. There was no pain, no weakness, only calm awareness. Beside him, Lakshman stirred. He took a deep breath and slowly sat up. The wave of relief moved through the Vanara Sena. Some smiled, some folded their hands, some felt tears rise without knowing why. Ram stood up quietly, as if waking up from a gentle sleep. Lakshman rose beside him, steady, strong, and ready. Their courage was still there. Their purpose remained unchanged. Hanuman stepped forward. His eyes were shining, not with pride, but with deep gratitude. The battle had tried to silence hope, but hope had opened its eyes again. And as Ram looked ahead towards Lanka, every heart understood this was not the end. It was the beginning of something much greater. Ram turned towards Hanuman. Their eyes met. No praise was needed, no words were spoken. And in that silent moment, Hanuman felt it clearly. His faith had become his strength. The Vanara Sena stood together once more, not shaken, not afraid, but just ready. The sun rose high above the land of Lanka. Across the battlefield, the golden city still stood, tall, proud, and waiting. Meghnad had attacked once and vanished into the shadows, but every heart knew that this was only the beginning. Ram looked towards Lanka. His gaze was calm and steady. Lakshman stood beside him with his bow ready. The Vanara Sena held their weapons firmly. Children, darkness had tried to stop them and had failed. But many challenges were still ahead. As the wind moved softly across the battlefield, one truth settled in every heart. And that was, the war had truly begun. Jai Shri Ram.